All right, so we have the UAG MagSafe lineup for the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Let's go ahead and take a look. So we have the Essential Armor case, the Pathfinder case, the Monarch Pro case, and the Civilian case. So the Essential Armor is rated for the least amount of drop protection with around 12 feet. And then there's the Pathfinder case with about 18 feet. Then you have the Civilian case with about 20 feet. And then you have the Monarch Pro case with about 25 feet. So let's start off with the Essential Armor case. Pops into place very easily. It is somewhat a flexible case, so it does just kind of mold around the phone. Goes into place very, very easily, no issues there. This is how it looks on the back. Clearly you can see the MagSafe ring right there. And it does have a textured finish on the back, which does give it a little bit of grip. You also have some UAG branding right there. And then let's give you a close-up of the camera protection. You do have that lip going all around your cameras there. Buttons on the side, same thing over here. And as far as the buttons, very clicky, no issues there. Take a look at the cutouts on the bottom. Nice accurate cutouts for your charging port as well as your speaker. And then you can also see, I believe these are for a lanyard. If you wish to attach a lanyard, you got some openings there. Now you'll notice that on the corners, it does have a raised edge there to give you some more impact protection. So you can see it kind of goes out and around that corner on each of the corners. So I do like that. And then let's see if we can get a close-up of the display. Definitely a raised edge going around the entire display to give you that protection there as well. One of the most aggressive edges I've seen in terms of screen protection. So definitely like that. Let's go ahead and test out the MagSafe strength. I've got my magnetic charger right here. So let's go ahead and line it up. As you can see, it snaps right into place. And it's a decent amount of strength there. It's going to work with most, everyday MagSafe products for sure. So let's see. So if you give it a decent enough shake, it will come off obviously, but overall, I think the strength is relatively decent. No concerns there. If you're using a wallet, a power bank, car mount, something like that, it's definitely going to stay put. Now, in terms of wireless charging, go ahead and grab our charger right there, set it down, and no issues there either. Overall, I would definitely say this is a solid case. It is giving you more protection than just your standard everyday case, especially with the corner protection, as I showed you guys, as well as the all-around screen protection, a nice aggressive lip all the way around. So I do like that. Now, the fact that it is somewhat flexible, if you pull at the edges, it does give. So you may or may not like that. But aside from that, I think it looks good, and I do think it provides a good amount of protection. As far as removing the case, very easy to remove. Like I said, it is flexible, so it just kind of pops off. Next up, we have the Pathfinder case, and this one is rated for 18 feet compared to the 12 feet of the Essential Armor Pro. And this one is a little bit more rigid in comparison. It does flex somewhat, but definitely compared to the Essential Armor case, it does have a little bit more structure. So on the inside, you can see you got that UAG branding. You also have the MagSafe ring right there. And you got kind of this honeycomb pattern in the inside as well. So let's go ahead, slap it onto the phone. Slides into place very easily, as you can see. Give you guys a look at the back. You've got that UAG branding right there. Take a look at the camera protection. Raised edge all the way around. Buttons on the side. And I like the fact that you have these ridges right here to give you some texture when you're gripping the phone. So that definitely helps when you're just, using and holding onto the phone. Same thing on the other side right here. And then you also have your buttons there as well. The buttons, very easy to press, very clicky, no issues there. On the bottom, nice accurate cutouts. And same thing, you've got these openings if you want to use a lanyard to give you an easier way to grip the phone. You can just wrap a lanyard around your wrist, and that'll give you more peace of mind in terms of, potentially dropping the phone. As far as the protection for your screen, let's go ahead and get a close-up of that as well. As you can see, a very nice defined lip going around the entire display to give you that protection for your screen. So I definitely like that. And I think that's a pretty common theme among these UAG cases. As far as the corners, also has a little bit of additional support there for your drop protection. It's not quite as pronounced as the Essential Armor Pro. Let's actually take a look and compare. So you can see that corner protection is a little bit bigger on the Essential Armor Pro, but you do still have a little bit of extra support here on the Pathfinder case as well. So that definitely helps in terms of drop protection. As far as the MagSafe strength, we've got our magnetic charger. Let's go ahead and test it out. We'll line it up. And as you can see, it does snap into place. As far as the overall strength, I would say it's a pretty standard level of strength. I mean, it is going to work with pretty much all MagSafe products, but it's not really the strongest in the world. It'll definitely get you by, so just keep that in mind. And then as far as wireless charging, got our wireless charging pad right there. Set the phone down and it immediately starts to charge, so no issues there. Now, as far as removing the case, let's go ahead and see. Just kind of give the corners a nice little tug and it does snap right off. So not too difficult in terms of removal. Next up, we have the civilian case, and this one is rated for 20 feet of drop protection compared to the 18 of the Pathfinder and the 12 of the Essential Armor case. So this one is definitely a little bit more rigid compared to the previous two cases. As you can see, let's grab the other two for comparison here. So here's the Pathfinder, and then here is the Essential Armor Pro. That one definitely much more flexible. And then again, the civilian case, a little bit more structure, a little bit more rigid. You do have the MagSafe ring on the inside, as well as this honeycomb pattern in there as well. So let's go ahead and install our phone. All right, so just based on the installation on this one, it does feel like a tighter fit. So it snaps into place a little bit more secure, a little bit more snug. You can see on the back, you've got the UAG branding right there. As you can see, nice smooth texture on the back side of the case. Take a look at that camera protection, pretty standard. Buttons on the side. Very clicky, no issues as far as pressing your buttons. On the bottom, you got your accurate cutouts, as well as an opening right there for an optional lanyard. Take a look at the screen here. As you can see, nice raised lip all the way around, similar to the other cases. And as far as the corners, you don't really see that protruding edge on the corner like we did on the other cases. So not sure how that factors into the drop protection, but overall it feels good in the hand. I would have liked to see maybe some of the texture like we do on the Pathfinder case with this one. That might give it a little bit more in terms of grip. But overall, it doesn't feel slippery, I would say. It feels pretty good in the hand. Nice smooth texture all the way around. And as far as the MagSafe strength, magnetic charger right here, snaps into place. As you can see, pretty similar strength compared to the other cases. Nothing too crazy. Will definitely get you by. And then as far as the wireless charging, no issues there either. So that is the civilian case, pretty straightforward. Now, in terms of removing this case, does take a little bit more elbow grease to pop those corners off. So if you're somebody that likes to swap out your cases pretty frequently, this one does take a little bit more effort, but it's still very doable. Last but not least, we have the Monarch Pro, which is rated for 25 feet of drop protection, which is the most out of this lineup. Take a look at the back. You can see the UAG branding. You also have this carbon fiber insert right there, which looks really nice. On the inside, give you a look. And this one, it does have kind of some texture on the inside. And let's go ahead and install it on the phone. Snaps into place very securely all the way around. Give you an up close shot there. Camera protection. Nice deep raised lip all the way around there. Again, you got the UAG branding engraved right there. Carbon fiber insert, which does add a nice touch. And this one does have a little bit of extra support there on the corners, as you can see, give you that additional drop protection there. And this one does have texture on the sides to give you some additional grip, somewhat of a honeycomb pattern there, which I definitely like. Just makes it easier to grip and handle the phone. You also have your buttons there on each side, very clicky, easy to use. On the bottom, cutouts, speakers, and your charging port, openings for a lanyard if you do decide to use one. And then as far as the screen and display, just like all of the other 3 cases, a nice defined raised lip all the way around to give you some really good protection for your screen. Now let's go ahead and test out the MagSafe strength once again. Locks into place, and this one might be, as you just saw, the least in terms of strength when it comes to the magnet. So yeah, that's actually pretty disappointing with the Monarch Pro. I didn't expect that. So try this one more time here. So it doesn't take very much to disconnect this case. So if you use a lot of MagSafe products, this probably won't be the option to go with. Not to mention, I think it's the most expensive out of this lineup. So that's a little bit disappointing. As far as the wireless charging, no issues there. So when we installed the case, it definitely snapped into place very securely. But if you pull along the sides, you can see that it actually gives quite a bit here. So even though it is on there nice and secure, for example, if you were to take the case off, you can see, you do have to press a good amount on that corner to go ahead and pop it off. But as far as the size of the case, it gives quite a bit, very similar to the Essential Armor case. The other cases definitely feel a little bit more rigid, especially this one here, the Civilian. So this one doesn't give nearly as much. So for this one to be, rated for the most in terms of protection, I would have liked to see it be a little bit more secure around the edges. And that pretty much sums it up for this video. I will put the links to all of these down in the description if you guys are interested. And aside from that, appreciate you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.